here with Captain Mark Rogers from the Rascal. We're here live from Bohicket. Wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about your game plan. You guys are in 3rd place. You had a great tournament there in Georgetown, and kind of wanted to talk with you a little bit about how you prepare going into this event with your team.
Well, we're fishing exactly the same we did in Georgetown. Nothing's different, and a lot of blue marlin out there, so we're kind of focusing on that.
Okay. So when you guys are going blue marlin fishing, are you guys going after, trolling a lot of hard bait, like a lot of big lures at that point to kind of go after the blues?
We're still fishing a mix of lures and baits, and of course pulling the dredges.
Okay.
But just more focusing on blue marlin than we would later in the summer when we've got a lot more sailfish around.
What time in the morning do most of the boats leave?
Most everybody be leaving out of here a little before 5 a.m. and be getting back here at the marina probably 5:30, 4 to 6.
We definitely look forward to hopefully seeing you guys here at the scales, hopefully with a big one. If not,
yeah,
definitely hope you guys will have a lot of blue marlin.
At least a couple releases. How about that?
Absolutely, that'll be great. And you guys are leading into 3rd place, so it's definitely look forward to see how this ends up at the tournament and where you guys are in the South Carolina Governor's Cup.
Yeah, hope so. Hope we put some more points on the board this time around.
Awesome, excellent. Thank you very much.
All right, sure.
Thank you. We're here live with Graham Eubanks from the Sport and Life here at Bohicket. We're just kicking the tournament off today. I wanted to talk about the fish that you landed in the first tournament there in Georgetown. You guys had an awesome tournament, and wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah, it was real exciting. We first day we didn't have a whole lot of action, but the second day we got very fortunate. Early in the morning, around 9 o'clock, we hooked up, and the fish came in pretty hot and came in on a short rigger, on artificial, and just put on a show, and we hooked him up and put on a show and fought him for about an hour, and finally got her to the boat, and she was pretty close as far as legal limits, but we could tell, it looked like it was big enough, and the captain, who's been around a long time and a veteran, he could tell that this fish was a keeper. So that's when we decided to boat the fish, and after a few good looks at the fish and tried to measure the fish a few times, we knew it was going to be close, but he could tell that she was definitely big enough, and so we were fortunate, and it just worked out well. We've got a great crew, and everybody did a nice job, and it's kind of fishing these tournaments, it's all a team effort, so everybody had a job, and everything went smoothly. It doesn't always go smoothly, but it was nice and smooth.
Yeah, that's something good that you pointed out. Everybody kind of has their job and their role there. As you know, things get a little hectic, so that's good to hear that you guys have that game plan and ready to go. How does that play into this tournament as you lead into fishing tomorrow? Do you guys kind of have the same roles and kind of a game plan? Where do you go and fishing?
Yeah, we still have the same group of anglers that we try to keep the same group at all the tournaments, and we'll all kind of trade around, and you never know where the fish is going to strike. So but if someone's on the rod, then another person in our group knows what the next step is and what the next job is. If it's working the chair, if it's preparing the gaffs, or if it's releasing the fish, or if it's taking the picture, all those things we try to make sure each job is covered before the fish gets close to the boat, and hopefully before the fish gets close to the boat we kind of know what's going to happen, and whether we're going to try to boat the fish or release the fish. So most of the fish around here are typically release fish, but you never know. So but we all just try to take up for each other, and make it easy, and try not to make too many mistakes when we have a fish like that.
Yeah, that's something that's critical. And you said too, taking a picture, that's something that we educate the followers on, but taking that picture to verify that release, and that's something that's obviously very important.
Yeah, and it's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes, because you never know how the fish is going to come up, if they're going to be still green and still put up a big fight when they get to the boat, or if they're going to be a little more easy when they get to the boat, whether we're going to release the fish or kill the fish. But you're always, when you're taking the photos, you want to make sure that you've got a good photo of the species, whether it's a white or a blue or a sail. The biggest ones when you run into when you have a white or a sailfish, making sure you get the good photo of that fish. So but that's critical, and nowadays with the date and time stamp, it's a good way to do it, but it's nerve-wracking in the same.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure to make
Yeah.
sure that you can verify the species
right.
there on the boat. So,
That's right.
like you said, that's a critical role, the person to get that picture.
It is. It is. And a lot of guys nowadays have, you know, GoPro cameras running all the time, or you know, some guys use their iPhones, but we haven't done real well with the date and time stamp on our iPhones. So we've got some other bigger cameras that we use to make sure we're all you know, dialed in on that. So.
We hopefully we'll see you guys at the scales, and definitely good luck out there tomorrow, and look forward to following up with you.
Thanks so much, Jay.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Thank you very much,
you.
Frank.